take some time, gonna make her mine, gonna make her mine.
I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
I'm the man, I got the plan. When it hits the fan, do all I can, do all I
I know what you're saying. You said the same thing I said. I gotta have this car, man. I gotta have this car because it's beautiful, right? And then I said, oh my God, after I drove it, it is so well done and so sorted out. It's exactly the way I would want to own one of these great cars. Like for instance, this has the upgraded transmission adding a 5-speed to it, right? We can source a 4-speed. If you want to make it all stock, no problem, we can work on all that. But the engine has a little more power than it would have come from the factory at the time. The tires are 100% wider than the original size tire, but they look so good in there. It handles so nicely. Don't forget too, these cars were very advanced for their time. We're talking about 4-wheel disc brakes for 65. The 64 cars had drum brakes. Big deal. And then you got 4-wheel independent suspension. That makes for a much better handling car and a nice riding car as well. And going away for the weekend, or going to a winery, or going out with a friend, whatever it might be, in this car is a game changer. The last part I want to talk about is make sure that you look at the pictures of it underneath online. Why do I say that? Well, because the underneath of it's beautiful, and if you want a car to ride, drive well, it all starts on the bottom. It doesn't start on the top. Let's get started on the top since you already know what the bottom looks like. All right, it's hard not to look at this car and go, really, really nice. I do say this, it's kind of fun too, is if you don't love the gold lines, I like gold lines. If you don't love the gold lines and would rather have red lines, we can do that as well. Those are some of the things we can change. For instance, the shift knob that's inside there is black. Maybe it should be white like the original one, or something like that, because it has the upgraded transmission. But the most important thing is those are fine little touches that kind of make it your own, and we can do those here. But the paint. The paint is great. And then we're talking about a side pipe car here as well. Has all of the things that make for a great looking Corvette. And really what I'd like to do at this moment is, I don't need to really talk about how beautiful it is. It has new chrome, it has new stainless, it has new paint, it has new wiper blades, it has new brakes, it has everything just so beautifully done, right? But I want to talk about the paint for a minute, because when you look at the paint of this vehicle, I don't want you to look at the paint, I want you to look in the paint, right? You say, Tone, what are you even talking about when you say stuff like that? And I say, well, let's relax, man. Relax, just want to give you a quick lesson. All right. So what I say to you is, when we look at the paint here, it's already shiny, we know that. But shiny paint doesn't necessarily mean it's good paint. So what we want to do is look at the ceiling and the lights and these letters in the paint here and see if we can see it nice and crystal clear, right? When it's crisp and clear, it's not that orange peely paint that you'll be disappointed with when you go to get your car and you're like, oh, this is not as shiny as I thought. That's why we do the video. So come on up here, look at that ceiling in there. And this is what I call mirror finish. You can see it's so beautiful. Amber, make sure we get that all in there so people can see the lights and the ceiling, the font in there, and just see how great the paint really, really is. All right, so we have two types of clients that come here. Ones that just want a cool, great driving car, love them as well. And then we also have people who want a cool car, but also want a car that they can take to Cars and Coffee or take to a car show. I think in the case of this here, we have both of those cars. I'll show you why. When you open the hood of this car, you'll be very proud to show off all of the great stuff that's here. For instance, while the ignition shielding is expensive, the air cleaner is correct in here, right? And then you have the AC Delco. It looks very stock in here, right? Just like it's supposed to. This has fresh power brakes, 4-wheel disc brakes that are in there. Trying to get that out of my mouth. But it has one upgrade in there, and that's up to you whether you want us to fix it or not. But, and I don't mean fix it, I mean, this is a aluminum radiator module, right? And for me, one of the things that I don't love is when I'm driving a car and it overheats, because if a car runs out of gas, you can just put some gas in it and get going again. But when a car overheats, you can't do anything. You just got to wait till it cools down. They've gone and tried to eliminate all of that by getting a radiator that's 50% bigger than the factory original radiator and a giant electric fan on the back of it that's molded into that whole thing, giving you what we call a radiator module. This also has power steering too. These are all things that we forget to ask about, man. These old school cars where you're trying to wheel them around with in a parking space with no power steering, not so easy. This has a new suspension, new bushings. You can see all this stuff's fresh and detailed under here. You'd be super proud to go to a car show and show off this kind of stuff. I like to show off the back of a Corvette, and I'll tell you why. Because if I was to remove this emblem here, no one would ever mistake this for a Chevy Nova or a Vega. 99% of the world knows this is a Corvette. And on top of it, having no bumper exit exhaust, we are blessed with side exit exhaust because the sound is very different when you're driving this car and you're shifted to the gears, and we'll do that when we go on our test drive, right? This is the sound that's just beautiful. Anyway, center filler gas cap here, beautifully done as well. All of this stuff is new. And then don't forget too, under here, the convertible top is hidden in, and once we get into the interior of the car, we'll go ahead and we'll show that off as well. I love this shot, man. You're walking up to your cool car and you go, man, that is a great looking car, and it's my car, which is even better, right? However, most everybody's going to get to see this view, not you as often, right? You're going to spend a lot of time inside. I want to spend some time in there because here inside is beautifully restored, great features, all kinds of fun stuff, and we'll talk about some upgrades that are in here as well. All right? One of the things I do like to talk about is the way this thing, the top and things like that. This is nice because most Chevelles and other big convertibles and what have you, you have to put a boot on to hide the convertible top. Here, the Corvette's done so well because it has all of this, plus it has lots of room inside here for soft bag luggage storage. You can go away for the weekend in it, right? This is all painted and detailed. I'm showing this off because in here is new latches, new bolts, new carpets, all of the polished stainless for the convertible top is very nice. Like, all that stuff is really good. And look how easy it is to put the top down and hit the road. All right, so let's jump inside here for a second. All right. And so we get people, one of the questions we get all the time is, will I fit in this car, right? I get so excited about these things. I love to talk about them. And on top of it too, many of these cars don't come with seatbelts. So we're showing off a little bit of stuff here. So let's go recap. The steering wheel, this is the wood steering wheel. This is an expensive steering wheel. However, if you need a little bit more room, we can do two things. One, we could put tilt wheel in, which would bring the wheel all the way up and down, right? Also, two, they make a smaller wheel, 2-inch smaller wheel. It makes it much easier to get in and out. I'll give you some choices if you get to that place. 7,000 RPM tach, 6,250 for the redline for the 350 horse motors, 160 mile an hour speedometer that's in there, right? Very stock and original here. And what we can do is, your choice is either inside here, all right, either inside the glove box right here, all right, or here we can convert this to a full digital sound. It looks exactly the same thing as the stock does, right? However, you can stream your music, you can take a phone call, you can do all of that stuff right here, and you don't have to worry about making it look too digitized in your cool retro car, right? And this shifter here is beautiful, man. It's very different than the stock 4-speed transmissions. It's a Tremec 5-speed from American Powertrain. And if you don't love the black knob, we can always put a white knob in here as well, or even a stainless knob or a chrome knob or a billet knob. Okay, anyway, that's it. I just want to run all this stuff. The Corvette gives you all of these great gauges too: fuel, battery, oil, water. Again, comfortable, beautiful, beautifully restored inside with door panels in there. I could go on and on for hours. I don't want to bore you, but you can see from the pictures how beautiful everything really is done. All right, the rumble is what we care about, because at the end of the day, while it's a great looking car without any rumble, it's just a car. Listen to that. Well, that's what you wanted to know. What's it like to drive one of these cars like on a windy road? Downshift that. And then great brakes. Wheel it around the corners. Back on the gas. This car has a lot of power, man. It just you just tip in the gas just a little bit and you can hear the side exit exhaust. Other cars don't give you that, right? not talking much, I'm driving because I skipped out on work. And thank you for riding with me. Listen, you don't hear any rattles in this car. It's unbelievable. All right, so we're wheeling down. This is where this car shines. While the highway and a long drive to the beach is perfect, but where these Corvettes really shine is on these back roads, and that's why I wanted you to come with me today. Take a little bit, hear the exhaust fall up and down. Listen to that, huh? Then when you come up to the corners, downshift. And we're just going for a drive. We're just going for a drive. And I'm smiling and I'm saying to myself, thank you so much for getting me out of here today. All right, anyway, if you don't mind, hit the like button down below. That helps get our message out. I really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time. And don't forget to share this with your friends. They might like some of the stuff that we have too. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, was that a great test drive or what? That was a beautiful, beautiful drive, and I told you that 5-speed makes such a big difference. Anyway, let's have a quick recap, if we could, because we talked about a lot. Power 4-wheel disc brakes, 4-wheel fully independent suspension, upgraded cooling system, upgraded suspension itself, upgraded wheels and tires. The 5-speed overdrive for going to the beach or going to the winery or going for a long drive somewhere, right? The side exit exhaust, the fact that we can add a digital sound system and hide it in the car so it keeps it everything looking kind of the same the way it's supposed to. Not to mention, it's just a fabulous car. Anyway, thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one.